Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the Modeling Hermit. I have kind of a fun project that I'm working on. I've been modeling since 1959, and this car came out in 63. It's the 1963 Chevrolet Chevy II Station Wagon customizing kit. It's just been introduced by AMT this year, and believe it or not, after all those years, this is one I've never built. So we are on a journey together to build this thing, and I gotta give kudos to AMT. This is really a clean mold. I was expecting it to have a lot of flash on it, and the flash has been extremely minimal. So I'm really proud of AMT on this one. I have done some preliminary work. There was a couple of places that had minor mold release things on them there, and or mold points on them, I should say, like right there, and then a couple three where I cut the body off of the sprue, or cut the chassis off the sprue. So there's a few places like that I've had to work on. But the kit itself is beautiful, and it's like I said, it's like 3-in-1. It's custom, advanced custom, and stock, and you can make it to haul a race team and all kinds of different things like that. And the nice thing is, you even get a little pet animal with it here. And I think there's a squirrel. It looks like to me, yeah, squirrel. So yeah, I got another happy little creature to add to my list. One thing that I do wish that AMT had done, naturally these came from promotional model molds. So the front seat is molded in, which makes it very difficult to get in to do any trim work on these things. But I'm not going to get too carried away with this in any way. So with that in mind, I'm going to get started on this. I've run it through the wash already and have it prepared to go into the paint booth, get some primer on it. And look, that's just beautiful detail on this kit. And the hood, now I've been lately, I don't know what AMT has done, but the plastics, especially on the hood, seems to draw in the detail from under the hood. So I've been sanding that and bleaching it. Not the whole body, but the hood, especially on these. So I have been bleaching that just in preparation. So we're going to step away. I'm going to go over and I'm going to throw this, the body here, I've got it all prepared to go into the paint booth. I'm going to go ahead and throw some primer on it. I will be using Tamiya Gray primer. And I haven't even decided what color I'm going to paint this thing yet. Interior, I've kind of gone a gold. I'm just going to actually kind of a beige color on it there. And then the body is just your basic green. Nothing spectacular. We'll have to bare metal foil that, get it ready for paint like that. Make sure I've got everybody in here good. Okay, so straight from the tube. I usually do most of this straight from the tube. I have more control over it. So I'm going to get a little bit right there. It doesn't take much. Right there, right there, right there. Yeah, just like that. And then these just go in, fit in, sit there and glue for a while. Dried glue, they've already glued to dry. Okay. There you are, that's in. The engine without the hole. These old promos always had a hole through the oil pan area there. And on this one here, they don't, because they give you, instead the axle going straight through, the metal axle, if I can get a hold of it, going straight through the block, they now give you a couple of little, there they are, a couple little pins will be put into the chassis, and those are not, when you're old like me, they're not the easiest things in the world to work with. Gonna go the stock level height because we're just a stock level car. And this gets a little tricky, and this should have been done before I glued those things in there. But I didn't realize, and that went in good, but I didn't realize that they were being good to me and giving me a good engine without the little, get this in there good. There. Now we can have our engine in there without an axle going through it. I decided not to try and do any fancy detailing or anything in here because what work they do have, or what detail they do have, is so shallow that it'd really be almost impossible. I mean, the door handles are barely visible at all on this. So I decided not to try and do anything to the interior at all. That's why we decided with the shelf model on it. I had actually kind of thought some plans on getting a little bit more detail to it, but yeah. By the way, if you see this little gray thing going, I've got a cat up here in the window in front of me watching for birds, and this tail is swishing around. So that's what's going on with that. Okay, so what I did was I just cut a piece of bare metal foil and just hooked it onto here. Now I actually got to start thinking about what I'm doing again. Okay, so there we go. We got the first one on, and one thing I never do is start at that end, and I'm going to cut this before I put the other one on. I know it's probably not the wisest thing to do. Now, it probably would have been a lot more fun if I had used the other blade, because it would have been nice and raggedy and would have probably given a whole lot more interesting cuts here. I also made another mistake in that I put the decals on this before I did the bare metal foiling. I'll let you know a little secret too that's going to surprise you. Is on a intermediate, I think these are actually what they call an intermediate car. There was a lot of chrome on these things. So now we got the one stripe on here, one stripe of chrome. On the real card, that would be painted inside there with probably a white color. And there's little black lines that go in these little areas up here. And we're not going to do that though. I don't have that much ambition. And let's get the front of those started. And this car's really got some interesting chrome on it. So anyway, there goes that. And we need about that much of that. Got the that's again today, don't I? Well, that's okay. So now we'll get started going over this again here. And I know I probably should start at the door, but I never really see a whole lot of difference in these. So I really should have cut that at the door and started there. But I don't particularly care on this one. Sometimes it's just nice to not have to do that super quality work. Sometimes it's nice just to be able to just do shelf quality and be done with it. So, okay. So I'll take my thumbnail and fingernails or whatever and just kind of push that down in before I do the cutting. Give me good lines to work from. Okay, so let's cut that one now. Yes, there we go. One piece off, two piece off. That'll work down into there. And that's looking good deep now. Okay, so now, let's find it on this. I suppose it can be just enough to short, yep. Okay, so we will use this around, actually I don't want to use that around the windows. I've got a comb strip back here I've worked on. Very nice lip to work with. Yeah, pretty soon we'll be building the ladder racks and all that kind of stuff on there. Let's get this guy here. Chevrolet. There's a decal for this, but just let's take that. Let's just swing that in there. Now then, we got a little bit of a problem here that we got to come around this here. Down here. Well, everybody, it looks like we took a break from you without even realizing it. I have been working along on this 1963 Chevy II Station Wagon, and somewhere along the way, the battery died in my camera up there, and I'm not sure exactly where that happened. My editor will figure that out. But anyway, we are at a point now where we're really assembling the model. I have no idea how long you guys have been without me, or I've been without you, or which, but let's, yeah, I'm getting ready to put in the bumpers and put the chassis on, and I've got my battery recharged. I've been charging for about an hour now, so we will see. We will see how much you guys missed when my editor does the work on editing. So I've got the grill blacked out the back part of it there to make it look like it's floating. And we're going to try and stick that in here. See how that goes. Let's get this back on camera where you can see it. That just slides right in there. Oh, that's nice. I mean, that's real tight. That's beautiful. Okay, so that one went in good. And this is now, notice that I have sanded both sides of these things for gluing. I don't know how much of that's going to be needed. Looks like there'll be some needed here. And we've got a little place we've got to file off there. I think I'll just cut it. Should be able to just cut that. That should go in there better. That's what happens now. That fits better. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this glue here for that. Just kind of tap that on. No big deal. Put that in and hold it for a second. Oh geez, guys, I hope you didn't miss a whole lot here, because yeah, this is kind of just the end of things right now. This is really getting just down to the end of things. So this will flip back into there. Actually, I think this is supposed to go in before the bumper went on. But anyway, we're gonna put that into there. And actually put a little bit of glue on this side of that just to help that hold. A little bit here. I don't really want this to go down into the pegs, because then it makes it somebody years from now when they're restoring this, they have to break everything apart in order to get it apart. Okay, so now we're gonna have to bring this up a little bit here. I don't like doing that too much. There we go. And that's in. That sit like that. I mean, that's it. I mean, she's together. I mean, we've got a hood to go on it, way over there. If I can, see how many times I can drop it on the floor. Cut hair off of it. I mean, essentially that's assembled. I mean, I still got to put a roof rack on it and some other items. I've got to put a couple hoses on, but I'm going to let it dry for right now, and we'll have to figure out things from here. Like I said, I want a couple of roof racks to go up there, aftermarket type roof racks. I don't want the factory one. And then I'm going to make ladders for it. And that's pretty much about it, but I'll probably do that for another video to show just how to do those. So I think as far as the construction of it, let me get the hood off here again. Get that. Okay, are you ready to go on there? I think you are. Let's see how this thing goes on. I need that somehow where you and I can both see what I'm doing. I'm not sure that's going to happen, because that goes into there and onto there. Doesn't happen. To some degree it does. And naturally everything is black, so I can't see. I'm going to use this glue. I know I shouldn't for this, but I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to just have to kind of fake this. So this goes into this way here, like that, and that supposed to go under there like that. Good grief, it did. It did. It did what it's supposed to do. Okay, we dropped the hood on, and we can call that a completed build. Wow. I am really pleased with this. It's a nice kit. Once again, this is the 1963 Chevrolet Station Wagon kit, customizing kit from AMT, Chevy II, and it's got all kinds of different versions. It's even got drag racing with the display stand, drag racing engine with the display stand, and Look at that side there. It's got a little trailer that goes with it. Different hubcaps. You can hop up that little 6 even, yeah. Front mounted blower on the 6. Yeah. So anyway, there's all kinds of stuff that can go onto that. So yeah, it came out pretty nice. I'm pleased with it. Like I said, I put a luggage rack up on the top, a roof rack actually for ladders and such. And there's the grill. And of course the back side. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And I will make another video of doing the roof rack and the ladders and other equipment that goes with it, and a little bit of weathering on how we're going to weather this car. That I don't want a piece of junk out there on the road, but these guys, you know, they were not the most beautiful cars on the road. They were handyman wagons. They were usually all probably 10 to 15 years old, and they had some use to them. So, but still presentable. I mean, you went up to people's homes. You didn't want to park in front of their home with a piece of junk.